All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Derrick James has a big choice to make, and it is related to Ryan Garcia. Now that Ryan Garcia has come out and said some very outlandish things, and this being a little bit of an opinion of mine, man. Errol Spence Jr. is probably going to be giggling in his cup about this whole thing. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be in the great city of Dallas, Texas, as a drama has been unfolding for over a year now. And it took a very interesting turn when the newest member to the world-class gym, Ryan Garcia, decided to show his true colors and say exactly what he thought about his own trainer, Derrick James. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And thank you to everybody that checks it out. Thank you to everybody that supports. And thank you to all of the commenters in the comment section and the people that come by the live streams. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of videos like this. So, yeah, Errol Spence Jr. was originally alone in his training relationship with Derrick James. And as Errol Spence Jr. grew, so did the stable for Derrick James. Unfortunately, there has been a breakup between Errol Spence and Derrick James over monies that Derrick James has said was owed to him. I won't go into the details of that other than to say that Ryan Garcia was involved in all of that. Because Ryan Garcia was one of the first people to publicly say that Errol Spence Jr. was not paying Derrick James what he was worth, that there's no way that Errol Spence Jr. is earning more money than he is, but he pays Derrick James more money than Errol Spence Jr. does. So when that happened, I said, man, what in the world is Ryan Garcia sticking his nose in the business of Errol Spence, is sticking his nose in Errol Spence's business, right? Basically, and his whole attitude was like he basically went down there and he was going to be the last guy. He was the last guy that was going to be with Derrick James. So being truly messy like he was, he got involved in that and made some public statements about it. Man, not the type of guy to partner with, because now Derrick James has a choice, and I am sure that Errol Spence Jr. is giggling about this, is that because please remember, Derrick James kicked Errol Spence Jr. out of his gym. Errol Spence was according to reports, was kicked out of his gym by Derrick James over the money. And if Ryan Garcia was involved in that, because hey man, who's Derrick's biggest his biggest customer right now, or his biggest fighter right now? It's Ryan Garcia. So obviously, Derrick is going to continue world-class boxing gym, continue to train guys like Frank Martin, continue to train Jermell. I don't know if he's still training with Jermell or not, and still can still go with Ryan. But he wasn't going to get rid of Errol Spence Jr. unless he felt like somebody was going to be replacing Errol, and that has to be considered to be Ryan Garcia. He's the only one that fits the bill. However, will Derrick now, in the light of the feelings that were shared by Ryan Garcia. Will Derrick continue to work with him? And is Ryan going to be somebody that you can work with very much longer, considering the type of suspension that that Ryan Garcia very well may be facing as a result of people wondering about his mental makeup. Now, me personally, I've said and I maintain, will continue to maintain, that I believe that Ryan Garcia said exactly what Ryan Garcia meant. Now, Ryan may be stressed out. He may be, under, influence of different substances or whatever. The way that he said what he said, I believe that he really believed it. And it sounded to me like he really believed it, which means if he believes what he said, he has to believe it about Derrick James too. He has to think the same thing about Derrick James's family, everybody in Derrick James's community. That's what Ryan said. So that's what the position that Ryan has put himself. So is it going to be the money, or is it going to be like, nah, man, I can't do business with you because, hey, man, you don't respect me, right? This is a similar situation that we found John David Jackson in some years ago, when Sergey Kovalev, who was fighting against Andre Ward at the time. That's the situation that he had with his trainer, John David Jackson. And it wound up that John David Jackson started giving out inside information to Virgil Hunter and Andre Ward to help Andre Ward prepare for Sergey Kovalev. So it was just a really, really bad situation, very awkward situation to have a black trainer and then have somebody like Sergey Kovalev, who basically did the same thing that Ryan did, not much different. His were more like on things on TV, on T-shirts, and different really terrible jokes that he would crack. Little more indirect out of Sergey Kovalev. That's so crazy too, man. It was like, I was like, because Sergey Kovalev is like, just, that's what Sergey Kovalev was thinking. Ryan, it wasn't, people had said that that's, how he was behaving before, and I don't put it past anybody. But I would have thought that Kovalev was more extreme, but it wasn't. It was actually a lot more subtle than what Ryan Garcia said, and that caused real problems with John David Jackson and Sergey Kovalev. So it very well may be causing major problems between Ryan Garcia and Derrick James. I can't really see how, from the point of view of Derrick James, that you wouldn't feel some sort of way. But, there are people that are just hardcore professionals, and they're like, look, man, what you do in your private life is what you do in your private life. See you at the gym. Let's work on these fights and get it done. And that may be the type of guy that Derrick James is. But Errol has to be thinking, you roll with him, huh? Because not only did Errol it is not going to be the type of dude to put you in that type of situation. Errol is a big name fighter. You may not get another fight out of Ryan Garcia for a long time. Again, because Ryan Garcia is going to have to submit a medical evaluation, a mental evaluation to the New York State Athletic Commission to determine whether or not he's fit to fight. And that's after he's suspended for 10 months. And he's kicked out by the WBC indefinitely. So anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.